Hello, Aries. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot, created by Renata Lechner. For the supportive cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Excuse me. Relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. What is up? See, I was feeling this drain. Wait, no, put it down. Flip, disconnect there. Divine guidance is the bottom. I gotta be honest, my first impression, and I have to be even more honest, I do connect very strongly with Aries energy. I'm getting you're not getting, I'm getting you're not getting, I'm getting things aren't going the way you really want them to. They're not going a bad direction, but you're not happy about it. I feel like that's the worst or the hardest part about this whole situation. And I felt the heaviness before I even put the cards out. And I'm getting like this whole situation, your spiritual card is the Ten of Swords. You're not happy about what's going on here. You're not happy about the direction, that things are moving forward. But the Strength card is here with you saying, just hold on, just get through this. It's just a moment in time. It's not going the way you really want it to go, but you're going to be fine. The thing is with this Ten of Swords, though, it makes me feel like you might be a little bit weighed down by it or a little bit consumed by how this isn't going the way you'd like, and it may be just kind of dragging you down and making you feel very depressed. I'm getting more of a depressed feel here. Now, one of the reasons you're not happy about it is because of where you're standing. You've been working in another direction. You've been working to move things in another direction, and it's like all the effort you've been putting in didn't really happen. The effort you put in did not pay off. And I feel like you're also standing in the spot of the Hierophant. You've really got your mind in a certain set, in a certain pattern, you got this certain ideal in your head about what you want and where things should be going and what you've been working towards. And it's hard to let go because you have emotionally invested into this direction you want to go. The thing is, I'm getting your partners going a different direction. And it feels like there's a contrast. This whatever your partner's doing, see, I don't feel like it's directly involved, but what they're doing is derailing what you want to do. Where they're going, what's changing, what's going on with them is derailing what you want to do. And I'm getting the way they're going, they have to go in another direction. They got the Page of Pentacles. It's already set in motion and they can't change it. It seems like it's just starting to go in a different direction, but it's already cemented in with the Pentacles. Because what I'm getting also with your partner, in the spiritual sense, is the Ace of Wands. Like something is going on in their life. They're going forward in a different direction. It's derailing what you want to do, but it's already it's already going forward. It does feel monetary to me. But I feel like it's very strong. It's something they have to go along with. It's something they have to do. And it's stopping your progress. And I feel like whatever is going on in their environment that's really pulling them in, that they're going forward with, they have pages going on here. They have the Page of Pentacles. They have the Page of Wands. They're actively going forward in a direction that seems like it's already been chosen for them, and they feel like they have to do. They're not fighting against it, yet it's still, again, I'm feeling very strongly, it's derailing what you want. I even feel as it goes forward, you have the Knight of Cups. You do have a lot around you, but I feel like you're wondering everything else that you wanted, that you've been working towards, what's going to happen to that? I feel like you're going to get to this spot where you're going to be okay, and you're going to start moving your direction to where you're focusing on other things. So you do seem to be moving on from it at some point, but I also see like the challenge card is for you with the Three of Wands is to let go of that previous direction and invest in where your partner is going. This feels like it has, but I have to be honest, the energy here is just kind of flowing pretty quickly, which is a fire thing anyway. Because I feel like this just seems to take a life of its own, and I don't feel like your partner's purposely doing this to you, but their life is going in a certain way that it's the runoff. Would you say the reaction? Like it's just throwing what you want right out the window. It just is, because I'm getting also with them, they know this is going to happen. Their challenge card is the Queen of Swords. Their challenge card is just to lay it right out there where this is going. Because I feel like one of the reasons you're having that depression feel, or you're feeling sad that you're not gonna be able to keep going forward on what you've been working on, and while you're having a hard time in the beginning letting it go, a connection with all of that is your partner's challenge card, the Queen of Swords. Because until they really put it forward and put it right out there exactly where things are going and why, I feel like you have this small degree of hope that you could salvage something until your partner comes forward and says, all right, here's what's going on, here's where my life is going, and you're realizing how this is going to affect you. And you're realizing what you were working towards just went right out the window. I feel like it went right out the window. But that's a challenge card for your partner. The sooner they do that, the sooner your challenge card of the Three of Wands comes in, where you can actually let it go and move on. Because I feel like as soon as they tell you and they just let you know where things lie, I'm not going to say you're going to, well, fairly quickly, to be honest, is how this energy feels. You're going to look at it and be like, you know what, it's just done. I feel like you're just frustrated, but you're just kind of like, it's done. And you can let go of where you were going, all that work you've been putting into it, which I know is frustrating, but due to the information coming towards you, I feel like you're clearly seeing where this is going. And you're just like, yeah, I put in a lot of energy to this, but if it's not going to pay off, if it's just the more I put into it, the more I'm going to lose, I'm not going to put in anything else to it. And you just walk away from it and you just embrace where this is going. Because your helpful card, the things that make things better, is your Queen of Wands, which don't get caught up in the gender of any of these cards, of course. But the Queen of Wands is telling me you're actively just investing in the new direction. You don't want to waste any more time on something that's not going to happen. You're going to reinvest in something else. If there's any possibility to salvage something, you'll do that. Otherwise, you're just going to one step in front of the other, or 1 foot in front of the other, one step at a time, and you're just going to move forward. Because I feel like you're accepting it pretty quickly once you see where it actually stands. Because you don't want to invest any more time or effort in a direction that you're just not going to get anything out of. So you're just walking away from it because you have to. And you're just like, the sooner I accept it, the sooner I move forward, the better my life gets. I'm also getting what makes things better for your partner is, first of all, they have to come forward. They have to tell you at some point. They have to. This is the challenge card. The challenge is when. That's what I'm feeling for that. Because when they do, I'm getting the Emperor with the Chariot. After they come forward, they stop this page energy, which is this is like the follower energy, and just kind of going along with this is happening, this is what I got to do, and they upgrade to the Emperor, which is like that's like a big jump, big jump. They go into the Emperor where they accept it, they take a hold of those reins. Instead of being in the back of the cart, just kind of going along for the ride, they're going up to the front. And they're taking control with the reins, and they're going forward with the Chariot, and things go forward full force. And I feel like this is where, of course, the Success card is here, but that's where things get a lot better for them and for you. First, it's going to get better for them when they take that Emperor role and they just accept what it is. They go forward. They take control of it. They engage the Chariot. They just go forward with this situation full force. That's where they first get the success. That success then transfers over to you later as time goes forward. Is there anything else with that? A lot of times when I read for fire, I feel like the energy just, it goes. It has such a momentum to it. And I wonder if like I've spoke so fast that like I hope I made sense, because sometimes I feel like I start talking really fast, and I'm trying to slow down, but it's just the energy just wants to pull me in, just whip me right through it. We did go all through the cards, I know that, but I feel like this card is pivotal. Your partner with the Queen of Swords, which don't get caught up in the gender, of course, but they have to tell you. And once they just lay it right down on the line, like this is what's happening, this is where things are going, I feel like just that just changes the whole game. And I just feel like you're able to get a better footing and just successfully go forward. If this is happening for you now and your partner hasn't come forward yet and you're wondering where things are going to actually lie, you know, if there is something to salvage here, I would go forward to your partner and engage or create that conversation to push it forward, because it's not the matter of like, it's not a diplomacy situation where you could maybe barter something out. It's not that at all. It's just what is actually there, what is actually happening, and you just need to know. So if you go forward to them and get that information, I just feel, you know, it's not going to be the best moment when you realize you have to leave this stuff, but it's better to know sooner rather than later and just get over it, get going forward. Because I feel like you prefer that anyway, to be honest. Like if it's really just going to fall to pieces anyway, might as well just find out before you invest any more time in it. Good? Good. Now let's do Aries single. Messages for single Aries. Single Aries. Alright, empowering information for single Aries. Empowering information for single Aries that tell them what is actually happening, what they can do about it, how they can move things in the direction that they want to go. Empowering information for Aries. Empowering information for Aries. Single Aries. Empowering information. Bless these cards to also match up with those, to give empowering information, strengthening information, insight, and help them go where they want to go. This might be quite the interesting read. I feel like I say that a lot. I'm going to be fair. This one seems to start really rough and end really, really well. There's some strong energy here. Like there's some strong energy here. I have to say, I really think this is going to turn out a lot better than you're going to expect. A lot better. And I'm trying to like already see, the first thing I'm seeing here is the Moon card. You don't realize what's actually happening. I'm getting like, you feel like you do. Again, and I'm going to say I connect with Aries energy very strongly sometimes. I have a bit of it in my chart that's quite noticeable. Let's put it that way. But I'm feeling like, yeah, you think you know what's going on. You don't. You don't though. That's a good thing. In this case, that goes to your benefit. I'm just feeling like if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, what do you mean I don't know what's going on? I know what's going on. I feel like that would aggravate me, so I'm trying to like reword that a little better. Like, things are going to go better than you expect. What you're seeing and what you're absorbing, see, there's missing information. Something is missing here, but you're not aware of it. I'm seeing also, you got the Three of Pentacles here with the Authenticity card in your thoughts, and you need to bring something forward, and you're thinking about doing that. All right. I feel like we're jumping around, so let's pull back in. See, this is jumping. There's a jumping energy here. I feel like this is part of the confusion. I feel like I'm jumping in different pieces. I'm jumping from subject to subject. I'm jumping from like what has happened, where it could go, where it is. Like things feel out of order, and I feel like things are in disarray. And I feel like this is creating this chaos, which is the Moon card to me, which is not literally chaos, but it's like you don't see what's actually happening because there seems to be a bit of chaos around you. The information isn't flowing purely. It's almost like you have colored sunglasses on, and you can't really see the true color of something, but since you have these colored sunglasses on, you get so used to looking through them, you don't realize that, and your eyes are making corrections that you're not aware of. I hope that makes sense, because I feel like you're looking at a situation thinking you know exactly what's happening there, but not realizing that your vision has been distorted. They're pushing that really strong. In the environment, I got the High Priestess, which don't get caught up in any of the genders of these cards, of course. But I'm getting that this person is kind of like, they're seeing so much from you. They don't feel like you're being completely on the ball with them. And in that sense, I mean, like, not like you're saying false things, but that you're not saying completely, you're not giving complete information. They feel like you're leaving things out. And they got two cards here next to them, Organization and Destiny. They need a little bit more from you. And they need to see more of what's actually happening. They need to see where this actually can go. I feel like they're evaluating you in the sense of, like, can they depend on you? And the truth is, I feel like they can. But something, like, I feel like things are out of order right now, and they're not seeing you for who you really are. They're not seeing the true strength of you. They're not seeing how dedicated and how much follow-through you can have. What they need from you, you do have it. You do have it. They don't see it. But you're also holding back a little bit. And things are out of order. I feel like things are out of order. Things are in disarray a little bit. Now, when it comes to this person, things have been a little bit less than easy. That's the Ten of Wands, which is a burden. And I'm getting like, I don't feel like communication is working out as well as it could. I feel like you both are like playing the same game. And I don't feel like either of you are realizing it. You're both holding back. They feel like you're holding back information and they don't want to give any more because they think you're holding back information, but you're kind of like very slowly going forward and you're like, well, I don't want to say everything in case they don't like that. And you're also feeling like there's things you don't know there. I feel like you're both playing the same game from your own perspectives, and like you each feel like the other has to give more. And neither of you want to give more until the other does. Is that right? Because that's how it feels. Which is very interesting. Now, let's see if we can ground that energy, if that's going to stay or not. Because I'm getting like, you're both kind of on the protective side right now. You're trying to protect your emotions. You're a little bit more defensive. Each of you feels the same to me. It's very, because I really feel like this is a conducive energy. I feel like this is a good energy that once it's locked in together, it's good. But it's like trying to get it to lock in. It's like finding how it actually fits, and it's very precise and specific how it connects together. But once it does, it locks very tightly. But until it finds the correct way to match up, it's just like a no-go. Because I'm getting like, you're both feeling very protective of your own emotions and of your own lives. The psychic protection, actually, for this, I feel like you're both kind of like holding the other back, but expecting more from the other. And the overall energy is like, the Six of Swords is like, this situation might move on. This situation might, because you both seem to be in that thought. But the reason you're both in that thought is because you're both blocking each other. You're blocking each other. I'm feeling that really strongly, like you're blocking each other. It's interesting. Again, this feels like it's very precise. This energy, it does match very well, but it's got to lock in there. And once it's locked in there, it's like, oh, it's almost like it's stuck because it's very tight. In the center here, ironically, it sounds like this is a problem. It's coming forward like this is a good thing. Because you got the Temperance and you got the Ace of Pentacles. You're learning about each other without realizing it. Because you're more alike than it seems, is what I'm getting. And you're learning about each other, and you're learning about... You're going through this with each other so you can see what other people go through when they deal with each of you when you're in this state. It's very interesting because I feel like the two of you match a lot more than you realize. And you got the Temperance, which is taking your time, patience, that type of thing. And you got the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is a very slow mover too, but it's a very strong, dedicated, very strong start. Just powerful, good, successful start. Like, this is really good. It's weird because the next card that comes in is the Eight of Swords. See, I'm not telling you what's coming next because I see some really good things. And I know this is elusive, but the Eight of Swords is telling me that both of you are seem to be drawn to each other, but also feel like this is going nowhere. Which is not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny because when you're going through it, it does not feel good at all. But what's funny about it is this is going somewhere. Because the two of you are more alike than you realize. You're both feeling like there's nothing you can do to advance the situation. Now, here's one of the first really good cards. The Lover's card's at the bottom. You two match. You do very, very strongly. It's almost like you're both in your stubborn moments. You're doing it to each other, but you're learning so much. Like, this is really good because I feel like it's going to benefit the both of you down the line in a few different ways. Because you're both very, very strong. And it's like, I feel like this is one of those things where it's better to do it now to realize how this works out when you're both in this mindset rather than down the road where it could cause problems. Bigger problems. Let's put it that way. Now, what I'm getting here, they're definitely feeling for you, but the same way you are for them. Like, they're connecting with it at the same level. Like, they know the attraction's there, but, you know, things aren't exactly how they want, each of you want them to be. Now, coming back to this card, the Moon card. The Moon card only hangs out for a couple days, I have to be honest. Usually it's not a long time, and when I read with it, it doesn't usually stay there for too long. It's kind of like the Hanged Man card, in my opinion. It's a phase that passes at some point. Now, I'm getting, that Aries energy is very strong, and it can change direction when it wants to. And I'm getting, when you're going forward, I'm getting you're kind of frustrated. And you're just, I feel like you're at this moment where you're like, all right, we either got to do it or don't. And you're just like, you go forward, and I feel like you're just kind of like, let's just see where this lies. And I feel like you're putting it out there, what you want, and what you're seeing, and what you're thinking. Is it you or them? I feel like it's you. I feel like you're like, I'm sick of doing this bull. This is getting ridiculous. I do have an attraction to this person, but I don't know where this is going. I'm just going to put it all out there because I'm sick of playing this game. I'm just going to put it all out there. And it's a little frustrated, I'll be honest with you, when you do that. It's what I'm feeling. Now, you do that, and I'm purposely not showing you this card yet, but it's a good card. You do that. It's not aggressive, like, but you just like, here, I'm sick of playing this game. Here it is. All my cards, there they are. I don't feel like it's aggressive, like in a negative way, but you might have a little energy when you come up with it. They match it. The Sun card. And that rose in the center, like the peace rose is what it looks like to me. But it's a beautiful moment because you're like, here's what's happening. And they're like, I feel like they're just like really tickled. Like they really feel good about that. And they're like, well, here's what's going on with me. And I feel like there's this really, really good conversation about how each of you was kind of what you each were expecting, how you each were feeling. I really feel like there's a really, really good conversation that comes from this because the walls seem to come right down. Because you're both seeming to feel the same way. Because I feel like you're the one who pushes it forward, but the other person's feeling the same way. They're just like, I'm sick of this game too. Might as well just put it out there at this point. Really, really good conversation. A really, really good conversation. And I feel like that's where things get better. Because where this is ending, and for this reading anyway, you got the Nine of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is somebody who's very happy, somebody who sees a lot of value with what's around them, in my opinion. And the Ten of Pentacles is something very solid, sustainable, something very dependable. I feel like there's a lot of love here. I feel like there's a lot of security here. And I'm feeling like there's a lot of trust that's being built. That moment, that coming forward, you pushing out what you were really feeling, they're matching it, and they're like coming forward very honestly, like, yeah, I do this too. And like, you're seeing how much you actually match at this point. You're feeling really good, really happy about the situation. You're feeling very secure and safe. The two of you are really matching up very, very well. And then, you know, it just goes where it naturally goes after that. So I feel like that's going really, really well. They're reiterating too. The Lovers card's at the bottom here. Like, you both want this. It's just, I feel like each of you are bringing forth your stubborn nature, which most signs have some sort of stubbornness to them at some point, most of them. So you're just showing that and how much you match in that sense. And I feel like this is good because you know how each of you are, and you're matching like that. You're like, it's a match. It's a really good thing. All right, I think we're good with there. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.